Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are going to do the correction to the assignment given to you in the last class. So we start from the question 1. In the question 1, we have the diagram on the board. And let's say this one is A, this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D. So we have to prove that X is equal to Y. We have to prove that what X is equal to Y. In the last class, I told you that if you want to solve this question, what you are just to do is that you have to find the value of your X and the value of your Y. At the end of the day, the value of your X and the value of your Y must be equal. So if you consider here, in triangle ABC, if you have to consider this triangle ABC, you will see that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. So if this one is 2x, your angle A, if angle A is what? Is 2x, then your angle C will also be what? This angle, that is this BCA or ACB will also be 2x. Why? Because it is what? Base angle of an isosceles triangle. So in this case, we are going to have our angle ACB to be what? To be 2x. And the reason for that is what? Base angle of an isosceles triangle. That is the reason for that. So if this one is now 2x, right? You have this one to be 2x, then it means that you can know the value of your x. If you make use of what? The rule that says that the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So in triangle ABC, again, in triangle ABC, it means that the value of 2x plus 2x plus s will give us what? 180. That is 2x plus 2x plus x is what? 180 degrees. And why? Because it is the sum of the angles, sum of what? Angles in a triangle, because that is what you have for the sum of angles in a triangle. That is what? Sum of angles in a triangle. So in that case, we are going to have 5x. That is what? 5x equals what? 180 degrees. So if 5x is 180 degrees, then it means that the value of x is what? 180 divided by 5. And what is 180 divided by 5? We have 5 here, 1. What is 5 in 18? That is what? 3. Right? You mean what? It remains 3. So what is 5 in 30? That is 6. So it means that the value of x is what? Is 30 degrees. Meaning that when you consider this angle now, we have been able to find the value of x to be what? To be 180 degrees. Now, let's now consider triangle BCD. Let's consider our triangle what? BCD. In that case, we are going to what? Determine the value of the angle that is here, right? We are going to what? Determine the value of angle that is here, and we know that if this one is y, then we can also know this angle, right? This one also becomes what? Y, and y, that's also what? Base angle of an isosceles triangle. So we go to what? In triangle. In what? In a triangle what? That is a BCD. In triangle BCD, correct? Triangle BCD. So we are going to have our angle BCD. Our angle BCD. Our angle BCD, our angle BCD, this angle, that be what? 1, this one is angle on a straight line, right? That be what? 180 minus 2x. That be what? 180 minus 2x. And that gives us what? 180 minus 2 into bracket 36. Because our height is what? Is 36. And we are going to have 180 minus, what is 36 multiplied by 2? That be what? 72 degree. That be what? 72 degree. And 180 minus 72 is what? 108. So meaning that our angle BCD is what? Is 108. This angle becomes what? 108 degree. And we know that in triangle BCD, the sum of the angle there be what? 180 degree. And for this angle it will be what? Y. So you can let's write that. Angle CBD. Angle CBD will also be what? Y. Y, that is what? Base angle of an isosceles triangle, right? So in that triangle, this same triangle again, BCD, the sum of the angle there be what? 180 degree. That is, in that same word triangle, in triangle what? BCD again, you have your y plus what? 108. 108 plus 108 equals what? 180 degree. And what is the reason for that? Because it is what? Sum of angles in a what? In a triangle. So we're going to have 2y plus 108 equals 180, right? And we have your 2y to the what? 180 minus 108. So 2y give us what? 70 what? That is 72. 72. What is now y? Y give us what? 72 divided by 2. And that is what? 36 degree. Can you see now? So it means that the value of y is also what? 76. And what we also got for L is also what? Sorry, the value of y is what? Is 36 degree. And what we also got for the value of S is also what? 36 degree. Meaning that the value of S and the value of y are now the same thing. So we have been able to prove that x equals what? Y and equals what? 36 degree. That is what is required. That is what required from us. So that is what we have to do for that question. So we are going to the second question now. For the second question, we have before. Now for the second question, we are told that the angle at the factors of an isosceles triangle is 4 times the angle at the base. That is, when you have your isosceles triangle like this is your what? Isosceles triangle. If this angle, let's say it is what? It is x. This one also becomes what? X. We are now told that the angle at the factors is what? Is 4 times all this angle. That is 4 multiplied by what? X. So if this one is x, this one is x, this one becomes what? 4x. You are now to find the value of the base angle. This one is very simple. It means that, what are you going to do? Let's say this one is A, B, C. So when you consider this triangle A, B, C, in triangle what? Triangle A, B, C, right? When you add all the angles together, that is x plus what? 4x. What are you going to get? You are going to get 180. And why? Because it is what? Sum of what? Angles. In a what? In a triangle. So x plus 4x, that is what? 6x. And that gives us what? 180 degree. So what do you do now? You divide through by 6. So you're going to have x divided by x equals what? 180 divided by 6. And what is that? 6 here, 1. 6 in 18 is what? Is 3. And you have 0. Right? So your x is what? Is 30. Meaning that the base angle will be what? It will be 30 degrees. So from that, if x is 30, then this one becomes what? 30 degree, right? This one becomes what? 30 degree. The one becomes what? 4 multiplied by 30. That is what? 120. So from that, you can say therefore, the base angle equals what? S, and that is what? 30 degree. You are done for that question. So we go to question 3 under the same. Now this is the question for the third question for the assignment. So we have this. We have one triangle to be PTQ, and we have another one to be what? QSR. And we have to find the value of RST. That is, we have to find the value of this angle. So what are we going to do? Are we going to solve the question? It's very simple. If you look at your triangle PQT, it is an isosceles triangle, right? So you can know the value of this. Let's call this one what? X. When you know the value of x, you also need to know the value of this. Let's call this one what? Y. We also need to know the value of this. Let's call this one what? M. Before you now know the value of what you have defined, which is RST. So let's call this one what? N. Meaning that we want to determine the value of 4 angles there before we get to the final question that we have to find. Now, how are we going to know the value of x? That one is very simple. X is what? It's also 25. Why? Because it is the base angle of an isosceles triangle. So from that, you can say that x equals what? 25 degrees. Why? That is what? Base angle of an isosceles triangle. That one is known. Then you can, from that, we can know the value of what? Y. How? If you consider triangle PQT, so we say what? In a triangle PQT, right? 25 plus s plus y is what? 180. That is 25 plus what? Plus s plus y equals what? 180 degrees. Why? Because it is what? Sum of angles in a what? In a triangle, right? So we have 25. What is x? X is also what? 25. So that is 25 plus y equals what? 180 degrees. So we are going to have y to be what? 180 degrees minus 25 plus 25 is what? Is 50. So when 50 crosses together, it becomes what? 50 minus 50. So y becomes what? 180 minus 50. And that is what? 130 degrees. Right? So here, y is what? Is 130 degrees. If y is known to be 130 degrees, then what is m? We have two ways of determining what? The value of m. We can make use of the the rule that says that angles on a straight line is what? Is 180 degrees, or the rule that says that the sum of two opposite interior angle equals what? One exterior angle. Two what? The sum of two interior angle equals what? One exterior angle. So the sum of these two angles, right, give us the value of this, or angle on a straight line is what? Is 180 degrees. So which one that you apply, we're still going to get the same answer. So let's use the second one, angle on a straight line. So y plus m equals what? 180 degrees. Why? That is what? Sum of angles on a straight line. And y is 130. That is 130 plus m equals 180 degrees. So what is m? M equals what? 180 minus 130, and that is 50 degrees. So m is now what? 50 degrees. Can you see now? So it means that in triangle QST, we have been able to determine, we know the value of what? This value, 75, that one is given. This one has been known to be what? 50. Now we need to know the value of this. So what do? It means that we are going to consider our triangle SQR or RQS. So let's quickly do that. Let's do that here. So what do we say? We say what? In a triangle what? QST, right? So we have m plus n plus 75 equals what? 180 degrees. And why? Because it is what? Sum of angles in a triangle. What is m? M is 50, right? M is 50. N is not known, how we are looking for, and this one is 75, which equals what? Equals 180 degrees. 50 plus 75 is 125, right? So we have n plus 125 equals 180 degrees. Then n becomes what? 180 minus 125. And what is that? We are going to get 55 degrees. So meaning that the value of n is what? Is 155. Can you see that? So from here now, it's very simple to get this, but we are going to what? Make use of many rules to get your final answer. So that's the end for the assignment 1. Inshallah, we're still going to send the solution to the assignment 2. Inshallah. Now for the assignment for the under the theorem 4 and theorem 5. if you still remember for the theorem 4, it says that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are the same. Actually, they are equal. And we also know that the sides are parallel. The opposite what sides, they are what? They are parallel. This one too parallel to this, right? That is for the parallelogram. So when you sum this and this together, you're going to get the same thing. They are the same thing. And the addition of this and this give us what 180 degree. That is what the sum of a co-interior angle. So we are going to apply that theorem to solve this. So applying that theorem, you can easily know the value of y. That is what? So that is opposite angle of a parallelogram. So from that, you can say that y equals what? 65. There is no y like there. What do you do now? That is what? Opposite angles of a parallelogram. That one is done. That is just that. Now to know the value of x, very simple too. What do we say? We say that y plus x equals 180. Y plus x equals what? 180. Y. That is what? The sum of co-interior angle. Sum of what? Co-interior angle. And if y is what? 65 plus x equals 180 degree, then what is x? X becomes what? 180 minus 65. And what is that? That is 115 degree. So it means that x is what? Is 115 degree. If x is 115 degree, then what is y? If x is what? Sorry, if x is 115 degree, then what is z? From the same rule, x equals what? Z. And that is what? That is 115. Y. That is a opposite angle of a parallelogram. Opposite what? Angles of a parallelogram. So from here, the value of x is what? Is 115. The value of y is 65. And the value of z is what? Is also 115. Now for the second one, this one, you have to find the value of your ABC. To know the value of ABC, you must assume a what? An angle here. So let's call that angle to be what? N. And here we have what? Angles on a straight line. Meaning that when you had your 124, right, plus n, you are going to get 180 degree. And y? Sum of angles on a straight line. Sum of angles on a straight line, right? So if that is the case, then what is n? N become what? 180 minus 124. So what is 180 minus 124? That is what? 56 degrees, right? We're going to get what? 56 degrees. So n is now 56 degrees. If n is 56 degrees, what is b? Very simple. We can say what? N is what? Is b, and that is what? 56 degrees. Y? That is opposite angles of a parallelogram. So if n is now 56 degrees, then what is c? We also know that the sum of this angle, these two angles, give us what? 180 degrees. Why? That is the sum of co-interior angle. So here we can say what? B plus c equals what? Equals 180 degrees. That is what? Sum of co-interior angles. What is b? B is 56. So we have 56 plus c equals 180 degree. So c becomes what? 180 minus 56 degree. And that is what? 124 degree. So if c is now 124 degree, this one is 56 degree. Then what is a? From what we have learned also, c and a will be what? Be the same thing. So here we can say what? C equals what? A, and that is what? 56 degree. Why? That is what? Opposite angle of a parallelogram. So from here now, the value of b is what? 124. The value of c is what? 56 degree, and the value of a is what? Is 56 degree. So that is how you are going to solve that. So we now move to the second question. In the second question, we have the following. We are to solve the following. We are to solve it. So we are to solve this in the second question. So we have this. So for the question 2, we're told that we have a parallelogram, that is what? W, X, Y, Z. And we're told that angle WXY is 72 degrees. We're to find the other 3 angles. Very simple as well. So let's say we have what? Parallelogram like this. These are what? Our parallelogram. And we're told that, right? So we're told this one, let's say this one is what? W, X, Y, Z. And we're told that WXY is what? 72 degrees. So we're to find the other 3 angles. Let's say A, this one is what? B, and this one is what? C. So how are we going to get the answer? So very simple. For C, we can quickly know the value of C there. So we can say what? Our C equals what? 72 degrees. Why? That is an opposite angle. That is what? Opposite angle of a parallelogram. That one is very simple. Now, to know the value of B, we can say what? 72 plus B is what? 180 degrees. That is what? 72 plus what? B equals 180 degrees. Why? That is a sum of co-inferior angles. That is what? Sum of co-inferior angles. So what is B? B equals 180 minus 72. And what is that? That is 108 degree. So if B is 108 degree, then what is A? Our A is B, right? A equals B, and that is 108. Why? Why is it that? That is opposite angle, opposite what? Angles of a parallelogram. So that's how you're going to get your answer. So very simple. So the first answer is what? Sorry, the answer to C is what? 72. The answer to B is what? 108. And the answer to B is also what? 108. So we are going to the last question, which is question 3 now. So for the question 3, so we have this, where you are given this shape. It's also what? A parallelogram. So we have this, and we have this, right? Yes, we have this. So this one you have. So this one is Y. This one is 38. This one is 40. This one is X. So we have this, and we have this. We have this, and we have this. So you have to find the value of X and the value of Y. So how are we going to do it? We have to find the value of X and the value of Y. So let's name it. Let's call this one what? A, B, C, D. Let's call this one what was M, right? And let's call this one what? M. This one N. This place, let's call it N. Now, in this case, this one is 38, right? You can know this. You can know the value of this angle with that. You can know the value of what? Of that angle. So if this one is 38, in that case, you can say that angle A equals what? Angle C, and that is what? 38 degrees. Why? That is what? Opposite angles of a parallelogram, right? So if this one is now 38, then we can say that the sum of this angle and this angle is what? Is 180 degrees. That is what? Co-inferior angle. So in that you can say what? 38 plus 40 plus X equals what? 180 degrees. That is what? Sum of this and this, the whole of this angle and this angle is 180 degrees. That is what? Sum of co-inferior angles. So in that case, 38 plus 40, that is 78 plus X equals what? 180 degrees. What is now X? That is 180 degrees minus 78. And what is 180 minus 78? We're going to have 102 degrees. So meaning that the value of X is what? Is 102 degree. Now, if x is 102 degree, that is this place is 102 degree. Let's take note of that. This one is 40, this one is 102. In that case, we can consider what triangle D, or can consider what triangle what CDN. Triangle what CDN. In that triangle, this one is what 38. This one is what 38. Then you can know this value, the value of this angle. Let's call it what I. Let's call that one what I. So this one is 102, this one is 30, this one is what I. So in that case, we are going to have, okay, let's use this. Let's make use of this. So in that case, we can say what in triangle what DCY, triangle DCN, sorry, we have 102 plus 38 plus I equals what 180 degree. That is what sum of angles in a triangle. So we have 102 plus 30, that is what 140 plus I equals 180 degree. What is I? That is 180 minus 140, and that is what 40 degree. So in that case, the value of I here is what is 180 degree. Alternatively, you can simply say what, this one is 40, this one is also what, that is what alternate angle. So since this one is 40, this one is also what 40, alternate angle. So you can see apply that method. Now, how can we now know the value of y? You can use two methods. The first method is that you can use the method of two interior angles. So the sum of two interior angles is what is one exterior angle. Or you can still use what angle on a straight line. So let's do the other method now. So we can say that y equals what? Equals 102 plus 38, and y, that is opposite, the sum of what? You can say what? That is exterior what angle. Just write that exterior angles of a what? Of a triangle. That's right. So in that case, y equals 140. So from that, we have been able to what? Determine the value of x to be what? 102, and the value of y to be 140. And that is that. So inshallah, we're going to, in our next class, we're going to polygon. And in that class, we'll be proving theorem 6 and theorem 7, inshallah. And as well, we are going to have our assignment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.